Good morning, respected judges, teachers, and my fellow friends. Let me begin with a simple question. Have you ever opened social media for just 5 minutes and somehow ended up questioning your entire existence? You open Instagram. Your friend is climbing a mountain. Another friend is starting a business. Someone else has received a scholarship overseas. Meanwhile, you are sitting on your bed, wearing yesterday's t-shirt, eating instant noodles, wondering if brushing your hair counts as productivity. Welcome to the competitive world. Today, we live in a society where competition is everywhere. We compete for grades, scholarships, jobs, followers, likes, and sometimes who can reply to message the fastest. It feels as though life has become one endless race. From a young age, many of us are taught that we must always be the best. In school, we compare exam results. In sports, we compare achievements. Online, we compare lifestyles. There is always someone smarter, richer, prettier, more talented, or seemingly more successful than us. And honestly, it can be exhausting. Sometimes, this pressure becomes so overwhelming that we begin to measure our worth based solely on achievements. We start believing that if we are not winning, then we are failing. I remember receiving my exam results and immediately asking my friends, "What did you get?" Not because I was curious, but because I wanted to know whether I should celebrate or I would cry. And I know many of you can relate. The truth is, many of us have become experts at comparison. We compare grades, we compare appearances, we compare achievements, we compare followers. Some people even compare sleep schedules. I only sleep 4 hours. I only sleep 2. Congratulations. Now, both of you need help. But behind all these comparisons lies something deeper. Pressure. Pressure to succeed, pressure to be extraordinary, pressure to have our entire life figured out before we are even old enough to decide what to eat for dinner. The saddest part is that in this competitive world, we often forget to appreciate ourselves. We celebrate reaching the finish line, but we rarely celebrate the journey. We became so busy chasing success that we forgot to ask ourselves an important question: am I actually happy? In fact, competition itself is not the enemy. In fact, healthy competition can motivate us to improve, work harder, and discover our potential. Without competition, there would be little innovation and progress. However, competition becomes harmful when it turns into comparison, because comparison is a game that nobody truly wins. There will always be someone ahead of us. If we spend our entire life comparing ourselves to others, we would never feel enough. And the problem with comparison is that we compare ourselves, we compare our behind the scenes with someone highlight reel. We see someone's success, but we do not see the sleepless night. We see the medal, but not the years of sacrifice. We see the smile in the photograph, but not the tears behind it. Everyone is fighting battles that we know nothing about. That classmate who always scores well may be struggling silently. That friend who constantly smiles may carrying burdens that no one sees. This is why kindness matters. In a competitive world, kindness is not weakness. It is courage. But because it takes courage to celebrate someone else's success while still waiting for your own. Each of us has our own timeline. Some people succeed at 18, some discover their passion at 30, some take longer to achieve their dreams, and that is perfectly fine. A flower does not compete with the flower beside it. It simply blooms when the time is right. So instead of asking, why am I behind? Perhaps we should ask, am I becoming a better person than I was yesterday? The world may tell us to run faster, but sometimes what we truly need is to pause, breath, and appreciate how far we have already become. How far have we already come? So the next time you feel left behind, remember this: you don't have to be better than everyone else. You only need to be better than the person you were yesterday. And if today all you managed to do was get out of bed, attend school, and keep going despite all your struggles, then perhaps that is already a victory worth celebrating. In this competitive world, let us strive for excellence, but let us not lose ourselves in the process. Let us compete with our past selves rather than constantly comparing ourselves with others. Because at the end of the day, life is not a race against others. It is a journey of becoming the best version of ourselves. Thank you.